And the livelihoods of pastoralist communities in Kajiado are worsening as a drought continues to bite. The drought that has devastated most parts of Kenya, with nomadic communities being among the most affected. Their animals have been wiped out, leaving them without food to eat as they rely on livestock and livestock products. Now, our reporter Dolly Mwirigi toured Ibisil in Kajiado County and filed for us the following report, which we will go through this feature, which is not sports-based, and right after this, we'll be back with Friday Frenzy.
Kajiado County has borne the full brunt of the latest devastating drought that continues to ravage the country. The area, which is normally endowed with cultural retention over decades, is now a showbiz of roasted meat on display after the tough weather claimed half of the herds of cattle that were raised for generations, leaving many families in abject poverty. Meat is a staple food for the Ma community, but the story is of wasted meat due to the pangs of the recent drought, described by many as the worst in decades. Four months ago, we toured Torosei area, located at the southern side of Kajiado County, edged on the border of Kenya and Tanzania. And 4 months later, we are touring LBCs not far from Kajiado town. The situation is getting worse. One is welcomed by marks of dead and dried up cattle. Simon Pere, a resident here at LBCs, is worried over the fate of his livestock. He has brought his cows at BC's market but can't get anyone to buy.
Nilikuwa na ng'ombe karibu 1000, nilikuwa na ng'ombe 50. Sasa nimebaki na ng'ombe 7 nyumbani. Na leo nimeleta 2 ndio hizi zika hapa. Na hizo nimekosa wale hata nauzia. Nilikuwa nimeleta gari ya mwenyewe anataka pesa yake. Na hii ng'ombe anawekwa 3000, ingine anawekwa 2000. Sasa tunaomba hii serikali yetu atuangalie, tunakufa na kiangazi kabisa. Nilikuwa na mbuzi, nimeuza hiyo mbuzi yangu, na ile ng'ombe iko na nguvu nimeuza, kujaribu kulisha hizo ng'ombe yangu ndio asikufe. Na kiangazi imekuwa mrefu sana.
With 2 of his animals at the market, one a little bit strong to stand, with the other movement in its eyes, is an indicative of the struggle to remain alive despite the body's refusal to comply.
Wakati ingine tulihama side ya Kiserian, side ingine tumeenda mpaka Emali, tumerudi mpaka pande hii sasa. Tuko nyumbani, baada haijanyesha tu. Na ng'ombe inaendelea kufa.
It is a sad reality and a reminder of the extremely long drought that has wiped off the pastoralist cows. Some of the pastoralists have forced to sleep in the bushes to search for their families.
Mimi nimekuja jana. Hata sijaenda nyumbani, juu hakuna kitu ya kupeleka watoto, ili tukae na hiyo mangora hapa. Simu naye hata unapigiwa, sasa unaenda nyumbani na hakuna ng'ombe hapa, kuna ununuaji. Ili tukae hapa ikiusa naenda napeleka unga. Juu hata hawa mama na leo tu vile iko. Sisi nalala hapa. Juu hakuna hata saa hakuna kwenda nyumbani, hakuna sukari. Sasa tukaa hapa tu, nakaa tu hapo, nakaa.
The Basil slaughterhouse, one of the largest in the country, is not as busy anymore. The slaughterhouse that once slaughtered thousands of cows is now a ghost building. The meat containers are of no use. The dead silent here is freaking. More than 500 cows are buried in this pit, which is just next to the Basil slaughterhouse, and in most places in this area, animal skeleton and fresh carcasses can be seen. Herders, particularly men, are agonizing silently. No food, no water. Around the Basil slaughterhouse, the vultures can be seen making a feast of the locals' painful doses. Back in the village, the Maasai Manyata are still reeling from the ravages of the harsh climatic conditions. Here is Selena King. She is yet to join secondary school. Her father's cows perished due to the drought, which has subjected the family to poverty.
Nilisomea Ibisil Primary School. Nipata 316. Na kama mnaviona bado sijaenda shule. Tulikuwa na ng'ombe lakini wote wamekufa. Na bado mimi ndo sijaenda. Mimi naomba tu mnisaidie ili niweze kwenda.
The family is pleading with the well-wishers to come to the aid of their daughter.
Sema kweli walikosa namna ya kwenda kwa sababu ya ng'ombe yote ilikufa, sababu yake ilikufa sote. Hata mzee mwenyewe hayuko naye leo kwa sababu amekuwa hata ni stress kukaa hapa nyumbani, akaenda tu kutembea kwa ndugu zake kuangalia kitu atapata, lakini bado hatujapata ripoti yake.
Mtoto hakuna shuleni, pesa imeisha, ng'ombe imekufa. Hata na yuko ng'ombe shamba ya Maasai. Yuko sana, yuko Maasai wanajaa sana kabisa. Hata hakuna mtoto, hakuna shule, nusu. Hata mtoto ameenda shule narudi. Tangaraki ya pesa ya shule. Hata na yuko mambo ya secondary hakuna. Mtoto yuko nyumbani. Kilasi ya 6 yuko nyumbani.
The weatherman had hinted that the dry conditions may go on for a while, but according to Kajiado resident, another failed rainy season will be devastating.
Zile mipango za serikali zilikuwa zinaenda kwa makaunti, NGOs, tunaomba msaada ije mashinani kwa sababu saa hii kiangazi imemaliza watu wetu. Na shida sana saa hii hakuna pahali watu wanahamia. Kiangazi imekuwa kila mahali. Na tunaomba serikali ya Kenya, tafadhali kwa heshima, ikuje iangalie Wamasai kwa sababu Wamasai kule ndani. Unajua watu hawaoni kiangazi saa hii. Kuna watu hapa katika Kajiado hii, mtu hapati lunch, anakula chakula mara moja usiku peke yake. Watoto wa shule imekuwa hata ni shida, hawakuli chakula, hawana kitu ya kula, hawana maziwa, ng'ombe zimekufa, punda zimekufa, hakuna maji. Yani hakuna chochote ile iko hapa.
A report published by the Kenya Food Security Steering Group reveals that 5.4 million Kenyans could face acute food shortage by June this year. The National Drought Management Authority, NDMA, on its part indicates that 2.6 million livestock deaths have been reported in the country as a result of the ongoing drought. This as the Kajiado County government works on ending the drought emergencies, providing food for some households and provision of drought-tolerant seeds to farmers.
We have had a discussion with National Drought Management Authority on the provision of drought-resistant seeds and crops. We want them to plant crops that are more drought-resistant instead of the usual crops we are planting. So we hope that as we go into the rainy season, the expected rainy season, we are able to provide these seeds. In terms of water, we have a Water Harvesting Act, Water Harvesting and Storage Act. We intend to create a lot of awareness that you need to harvest water even when it rains. The little water that we will get, we intend to tell people to conserve that water. We intend to tell them to harvest it. This is actually also the right time to do desilting of dams.
According to the weather forecast, it is not glittery at all. It is not promising. There might be some rains, but really depressed rains. That means as a country, as a county, we need to think about food security and feeding of people. Otherwise, we will lose a lot of lives through this hunger.
Kajiado County Deputy Governor Martin Moshisho on his part says the education sector has also been greatly affected.
40% kids that are still at home. Those who manage to be in school are still facing challenges of food, challenges of water. There is water shortage in schools. A lot of schools are contemplating to close down their schools for lack of food. And that is the same scenario at home. The most affected categories are lactating mothers, the under 5, the elderly, they are so much affected.
The Deputy Governor is now calling upon the well-wishers and other members of the public to help whenever they can so as to address the looming drought in the area.
Yes, we are not doing it in isolation. We need the national government, within non-governmental organizations, all actors, partners to come on board. Even the international community, we are telling them that the situation is dire in Kajiado. They need to come to the rescue of lives in Kajiado. Yeah, so we have got a plan. Yes, we had got a budget. A big chunk of that budget has already been consumed, but the remaining we will commit to support the feeding program.
Should the rains pour sufficiently and fill up water sources and breathe life into the pastures, there may still not be enough food for the livestock. That is likely to take a long time. According to the government and humanitarian agencies, 4.35 million Kenyans in 29 counties are in need of food assistance. For some, that need is critical. It's back to the drawing board for pastoralists in Kajiado, even as they hope for rain this year for them to restock their livestock and to stabilize their lives. Dolly Mwirigi for Hope TV from ABC in Kajiado County.